So I'm outside here in the snow and the cold. I had an idea of making my kids a Minecraft sword. So I've got to start on it already, but thought I'd just pause to make a video basically showing how to put one of these together. So start off, I just downloaded an image of a Minecraft sword, printed it out on regular A4 paper, and the kids really liked it. So I thought I'd take it to the next step and make one out of wood. I just used some cheapo 3/8, half-inch plywood. It's rough, but we'll get into finishing that up later. And basically with a ruler, transcribed the paper one to the wood with a ruler and pencil. Just counted the squares. And then I have two kids, so better make two. Just as easy to make one as it is two. I just put the two pieces of wood together, clamped her down, and I'm cutting it out with a jigsaw. And definitely time consuming, but the off season I have a little time to do this stuff. Remember your hearing protection, and I'm not gonna want to single hand this with the camera and the wood, but I'll take it to the next stage where it's all cut out and they're kind of refinishing it. So we cut out our swords. They're looking decent. Took things inside, warm up a bit. Yes, I'm in the kitchen. Don't act like you've never done it. So we got a good work surface here, and I'm using what I have on hand, but just drywall compound, mud. This is like a very lightweight, and the idea here is just to make life easier. The lighter weight material, the softer it's going to be. And what we're doing is, I already did this one, and just filling in, and you can see it just filled in all the grains, edges, everything. I hope the camera's picking it up. And the benefit of this stuff is it's just these little, nibs and messy bits will just pick right off once it's dry. And then I'll sand it. I haven't sanded this at all. The idea is fill in all the low spots, then go in and sand. And it'll just give it that kind of professional manufactured look, which is, I think, what we're going for. Now, you can use wood filler and even, auto body filler, right? Bondo. It would make it stronger. And if you were going to bash these into each other, you'll want something a little stronger. But with this is just kind of ornamental. It's good enough. The disclaimer is, my kids are pretty smart. They're not going to hit each other with these. But if you don't think your kids are so smart, you're not going to want to. You're going to want to be careful. So, try it one-handed. I got a couple putty knives here. This stuff's old and a little dry, but it's working. And this is going to be tough. Just going to spread that, a thin coat over everything. It's tough for the handheld. And then with a little putty knife, I was going along the edges. And it's time consuming, but it just gives it that filled in look. Like, it won't look like plywood. And I mean, you can even use your fingers here if you wanted to. It'll just you know, this stuff is water soluble. I mean, it cleans up off the work surface just with water. So fill it in, then you wait for it to dry, start your sanding. Okay, I finished sanding one here, and not sure how that's picking up, but I mean, it's not perfect, but I'll just, all that cuts and rough bits just get filled in a little more. I mean, you can spend a lot of time here, but it's going to be how good you see. You can see right there's a little bit chipped out. You know, you're going to want to add a little more. I just use fingers. Fill it in. You know, that might be good enough, but let it dry. Go over with some sandpaper. You can see there's another one here to do. I've clamped it smart, so I can show you. I'm using this a little piece of 150 here. Use what you have, but it seems to work all right. And you're just going over it, knocking off all the high bits. Get it on camera. Knocking off all the high bits, and the putty has filled in the low spot. So just making your life easier. And then you're going to want to get in here. This is really the important stuff. And I know it's a blocky sword. Minecraft is blocky, but you're still going to want to just knock down those edges. It'll add more durability once it's painted, and it'll just feel that little bit better in your hand. It's lots of work, but it's an important step just to get it all decent. That spot's going to need a little more mud, but that's okay. Smooth it. Now I did this 1-to-1. Every block is 1 inch. Again, I'm making this for my kids, so you know it's proportioned right for them. And if you're into the playing this as an adult, you might want to go 2-inch blocks, and it would give you a adult proportioned sword. And it's not much harder to make. Bigger might have been easier. Because it's the same amount of cuts. They're just longer. Alright. Keep on going. And use your hand. This is rough plywood, so it's, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm just going for smoothness. I'm not going for a glass finish. and we'll keep going. Alright, so all sanded. Gonna start to paint. Again, this was like the ninth time I said it, but use what you have. I had a little bit of dark blue and a little bit of light blue. I mixed it together to make a slightly darker light blue. You can see it's not even perfectly mixed, but not a big deal. Just trying to get a match for our sword. It's a little greener, but so be it. So, just a touch of paint. I'm using a massive brush here, and I'm just I'm brushing it everything. The light blue is only down the center, but so I'm just making sure that's all done. But just to kind of make a even coat, and the more paint that gets on here, the smoother it's going to look. It'll just fill in any kind of imperfections. This is tough to do one-handed. So yeah, paint away. And the rule of thumb here is lightest color first. So start with the light blue. We'll move to the brown, and then to the. It looks black here, but I'm pretty sure in the game I checked it out. But it's a dark blue, and there's more color elements to the sword, like down the center and stuff. And again, you can spend as much time as you want here. I'm just gonna go with 3 colors, but I'm sure you could go with a bunch of different shades if you wanted to get it dead on. And we'll let this dry, and then we'll start on our next color. So I got the sword all blue, light blue, and I did a little brown for the handle, and I started on some dark blue. And I tried masking it at first, but I just wound up freehanding. I thought it was easier, but I did put some lines just to guide me. And I did end up buying a 1-inch foam brush, which is working really good. And I'm just putting in a little dark blue paint. I'm gonna try to show you guys this. Oh, there's a shadow. Let's see here. Hopefully that's coming out on camera. And then just keep on going. Fill it in. Just copy what they have there on the little sword, and everything should turn out pretty good. And at this point, you're just waiting for drying times. And our second sword is here. Still got a ways to go on it, but it's looking alright. So this is a day later. Skipped a step, but the final step was a clear coat. And I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but there's a bit of a shine. Gives it that durability. That's why I wasn't worried about the kinds of paint I used, because the clear coat would just give it a uniform finish, regardless if it was flat or satin or gloss. And both swords turned out okay. I mean, I'm calling these good from 10 feet away or 5 feet away, yeah, maybe even. Get right up close. It's not perfect, but for the time put in, pretty good, I think. Pretty good. And I mean, the kids love them. So that's it. That's how you make Minecraft sword.